All you need is a bunch of hot, ripe peppers. So this will push everything under, and now we wait. It is time to start the hot sauce ferment. I need to pick all these red peppers in the greenhouse to get it in that jar, to get it start bubbling. So these are our cayenne peppers that we've been saving seeds and growing for years and years. This will make a good part of that sauce. We have a bunch of ripe jalapenos as well, so we'll grab those for the recipe too. Really, any hot red pepper, and if you want to make it more mild, any red pepper works. Now that is a good start. There's a few more up in the greenhouse by the house, and we'll grab those too. A few peppers here. Making your own fermented hot sauce is delicious and super easy. All you need is a bunch of hot, ripe peppers. In this case, we have cayenne and jalapeno. Some garlic. We have some fresh garlic from our garden. And salt. This sea salt was made for us by Eco-Centric Homestead from Newfoundland. It's also super simple because you don't need to do a lot of measurement. Pack this jar full with as much peppers as you can. Put in a few cloves of garlic, and then that's all you need to do for that. Even the brine is simple. It's just water and salt, 1 tablespoon for every 2 cups of water. Let's get chopping. I'm gonna start out with 5 small cloves of garlic from our garden. I like to wear one glove, at least one glove when I'm making hot sauce, because then I don't have a tingling hand after, and then it also makes me think about touching my face when I have gloves on. This is not the hottest peppers, so it might not be necessary, but it's still a good idea. For the peppers, you don't need to worry about chopping them too small, but you just need to make sure you get the green parts off, and then chop it a couple times, and so that it fits in the jar. I like to use more than one type of pepper to give it a more complex flavor. The more the merrier. Just keep an eye out on your spice level that you can handle, because you can even put some hotter peppers in here. But we like mainly stick to these two. Sometimes serrano peppers as well. Ours didn't do well this year. You're using the natural flora that exist already on the peppers to ferment them. So when you wash them, make sure that you do not use any cleaners on them, or else you will get rid of that and they will not ferment. So I just wash my peppers thoroughly in water. 2 tablespoons of salt for 4 cups of water. I'm just kind of guessing what I'm going to need here in terms of the amount of brine. I try to make more than what I need, but if I don't, then I just make some more. Stir it to dissolve. You can also heat the water up a bit to help it dissolve a little bit further. I just use warm tap water. And then pour it in. I ferment a lot, so I've invested in this fermentation kit from Ball Canning. It's not that expensive, and I'll put a link to it in the description. It just makes life so much easier. You have the spring that you put in under the cap that keeps all the pieces under the brine so nothing touches air and potentially gets contaminated. And it also has this little tiny area here that allows for gases to leak out. If you do not have these things, you can also fill up a Ziploc bag full of water and use that on the top as a weight, and I have done that before and it works very well. And then you just put a lid on it, but don't put it on very tight, and loosen it every once in a while, like at least once a day, in order to let the gases out, because you don't want it, obviously, to explode. So this is what I'll be using for this. Super easy. You need a wide mouth jar for this, though. This is the one caveat. So this will push everything under the liquid, the brine. And then set this aside and just wait for the fermenty wonderfulness to happen and turn this into hot sauce. I like to ferment it a little bit more than most other people, but you need at least 1 week of fermentation to start getting that beautiful taste of the fermentation. I like to put this in a dark room when I'm fermenting it. Not necessary. I find though when you keep it out of the sun, the color stays a lot more vibrant. Put it on a bowl or a plate to catch any spillover, because that will make quite a mess if you don't. Not like I've mistakenly done that before or anything. No. And now we wait. Luckily we had enough for 2 jars. So I'm going to put these in my pantry where it's nice and dark and constant temperature, and I'm going to check back on them in 1 week. It's going to take a few weeks though before they're done, so you're going to have to wait as long as we do to see how we finish these off.